All you're going to need, 2 cinder blocks, preferably 4 for increased safety. I prefer the Spud Ink belt, however, even a dip belt will work. I have the titanfitness loading pin. At one point I had the iron mine, but I just like the Titan one better. A medium-sized carabiner. I have some stall mats cut to be the same length and width as the top of a cinder block. And then I have a stool that I use, but any type of platform will work, or box. So the first thing that I do is set up my cinder blocks about a 35-pound plate width away from one another. If I wanted a shorter squat stance, I would use a 25. But when you're loading the loading pin, you can't load as much weight if you're using 25s. So I'll be going with 35s today. Right now, with the loading pin included, that's 225 pounds. I have 8 stall mats that have obviously been cut and stacked on each cinder block. If I wanted increased stability, I would put a cinder block on the outside of each of those cinder blocks. I've never had one roll on me, but that's the only concern with this. So if you do use this setup, please be mindful of that. I've had over 300 pounds on here without issue using this same setup, but you just have to be very careful with your foot placement. So I'm all set up to go. I'm doing this in front of the lever gym and using these handles to brace myself. I do not recommend doing this exercise without something in front of you to hold on, similar to the belt squats that you can buy. They have a bar in front of you that you hold on. You could also do this inside of the squat rack if you wanted to. But I found that this is more comfortable. These handles just feel good to grip when you're doing the belt squat. So I strap in, step up, get my foot position. Now from here, I hold on to my handles. I feel secure. There's no compression on the spine. Down. And then when I'm ready to load, I just grab up here, lean forward, take the weight to the platform, and step off. So that was 225 pounds. And if you look at the loading pin, you will see that I have a 2.5 pound plate between each 35. That's just to make it easier to get the 35s off. I could obviously have more weight on the loading pin without those 2.5s there. And I've had as much as 300 pounds on this loading pin without issue. So I've tried to do the belt squat a bunch of different ways. And in searching on YouTube, I've seen a bunch of ways that other people do them. They strap the belt into the lower pulley, which is going to pull you forward. And even some of the belt squats that are sold, they still are going to pull you forward. I've seen people do them with the landmine, and I don't like that setup very much. So this is the cheapest and, in my opinion, best way to set up this exercise.